if they just using it in a rap song or they're just saying it. I think it's like something that black people can take and make positive. I keep imagining that I did my vlog like in my sleep, and then like toward the end of the day I realized like no, either I thought I did a vlog because I was thinking about what I was gonna say, like I was like ooh, I need to say this and I need to say that, but then like I realized in the middle of the day that I literally filmed nothing and that I imagined that. So I just got home. I pretty much spent the whole day with George. It's about 4:30 p.m. I said I was gonna do work today. I was gonna head to the library. The one I want to go to closes at 6, so I just decided to come home and enjoy these snacks that I got. That if you go way back to one of the vlogs where I said I drove across town for something that was 5 minutes by my house, I actually decided to go back there because it's right next to George's place and it looks like I'm pretty satisfied. I got a little baby elote and I got wow, it'll come to me, mango nada, and it tastes so refreshing. Like it's so delicious. Like it's the perfect amount of salt and sweet. And yeah, we also got these like sandwiches earlier, which I'm gonna eat later, but we got these like sandwiches to eat and I like went and picked them up and I got lost, and it's literally less than a mile from where George lives. It's like a nice little like pastrami. Yeah, it's like pastrami on rye. I don't know if you can see, but it tastes really good and it comes with like chips, and we got chips and queso and it was really good. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. Sorry. Let me tell you what happened. I went to George's place, we hung out, and then it turns out he has like a neck, like his neck is really sore, but I thought it was just like, he said he had a stiff neck, so I thought it was just one of those where your neck stuck like this and you kind of just wait until you can turn, but like legit he said like his whole like neck hurt, and he actually went to the doctor and got medication, which he didn't even tell me until like I got there, and I was like, oh my god, like this is more serious than just like your neck didn't want to turn. But yeah, so I tried to help him out yesterday, and then I was there again today. Like I just try to like make him comfortable and like, you know, do all this stuff, but like in the middle of the day, I don't know if it's my mood dropped or my mood's been just up and down. So basically like I kind of brought up like, these are some of the things that like I get mad at you for, because last night around the time I got there, I was trying to show him these Cardi B videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is like Instagram famous and I think she's really cool and she's on the show Love and Hip Hop and I really like this show. So I guess in the Instagram post, I don't even think this is true, even though she uses the N-word a lot. I think like she said the N-word and then like, so George like repeated it. So he was like, oh, she just said the N-word. And or here, I'll quote him exactly. He said, she just said nigga. And then I was like, okay. Like I was pretty offended. And the reason why I was offended is not because he said it, but because he already knew that. He asked me another time when we went to get some Korean food. He asked me another time, he was like, how do you feel about the N-word? Who do you think should use it? Blah, blah, blah. I said, I really wish a lot of people didn't use it, but I feel like it's kind of something in the black community where we use it to talk to each other, and like it should just be kept that way. Like I feel like if other people say it, it's literally just to offend black people or to show like, I don't want to say dominance, but like, yeah, to show like I can use this word too, like, because obviously if they're using it, they already know the meaning. So they're basically saying like I have some type of power over black people, like even if they just using it in a rap song or they're just saying it. I think it's like something that black people can take and make positive. So I gave him this whole rant that I'm pretty sure was at least like 3 or 4 minutes, which is a long time for me because I don't really have a particular like anger towards things, but it seems that when he asked me to explain stuff, I have a certain like passionate, just I get a little bit like riled up, but I made it clear to him that I wasn't mad at him. It's just like explaining it brings up a lot of like stuff people have said. For example, like when I just got in the Uber yesterday and the chick basically was saying that black people could act white, and it's just like, I just want a conversation where someone doesn't have to like do something disrespectful. So when he like said this, I was like, why would you say that after I already said that like I don't like when people say that, because it sounds like you're trying to like assert a type of dominance, or you're trying to say like I'm entitled to use this word too, when it's supposed to be something I think black people can take strength from. So instead of being like, oh okay, he just kind of laughed it off. So that pissed me off the first time. And then so I went to sleep. I kind of was mad about it the whole night, and then I got up and then I was there again. And then so it hit the afternoon and we were getting hungry and we were gonna order some food, and right before that I kind of was like, hey, like there are some things you said that has been bothering me and I've already brought them up, but like I guess you didn't think I was serious. And so I brought up like basically what happened the other night, where I was like, I wish you would stop like saying stuff like that you think is helping, but like you didn't even talk to me about it. You just decided like, oh, I'm gonna say this, like I'm gonna say that, like, oh, you guys better make sure you like talk to each other, because it's almost like I went out and like told him like, make sure like, I have all these problems, like I need you to fix it. So he said that wasn't his intention, whatever. I said that's fine, but like I still kind of feel a certain way about it. Like I'm still kind of mad because it seems like he just thinks he's entitled to do anything. And so this was another example where now he thinks he's entitled to use this word. And so I said, well, why do you have to use that, at least around me, after I already explained to you how I felt about it? And he was like, oh, well, I just like to provoke people and I just like to push buttons. Like I didn't think it was like that serious to you, and like all this stuff, or not even all this stuff. That's basically what he said. Like he just said, oh, I just like to provoke you. Like, oh, I didn't realize it bothered you. Like I'm gonna stop doing that stuff that bothers you. So I was like, okay. So then we ate lunch, and then I was like, I really just want to go home. I just like, I felt bad that like his neck was hurting and all this stuff, but to be honest with you, like when I feel this way, it doesn't seem like it's going away. So I don't want to say like, oh, I'm gonna wait until my hormones are like, I feel like I'm usually more chill, but I'm pretty stressed out. So what I'm gonna say is that I kind of wish, like, I kind of implied like that I didn't want to be together, but I didn't finalize anything yet because I just need to sort out my feelings and figure out what's going on, because it really pissed me off that he does that, that he said that. And then he like he was like, the stuff that I said, like, I'm mad at you for that. Are you mad at me for anything I did? He said, yeah. Yesterday, I said I was gonna come over. I'd be over there in 30 minutes, but I was editing my vlog, and I took a little bit longer than I thought. So I said, hey, actually, are you still like at home? Like, are you still at home? I haven't left yet. That was like an hour later, so I was already like half an hour late. And then I was like, okay, like, are you at the same address and stuff? So I guess he got mad because I'm always like late, and I'm always like, you know, late to stuff. And I think the reason that I'm like late and I'm always like pushing is because I think like I'm losing that kind of passion and motivation, because I'm the type of person that shows, like, in the past I've been the person that shows up to the party before the people set up the party. Like when someone says 4 p.m., I'm there at 3:50 or so. You know, if it's like a party, if it's like class or something, I try to get there as soon as possible. But the problem with my classes is like they're like 9 to 12, 12 to 3, like 11 to 12:30, 12:30 to 2. So it's been a struggle for me to like run to another class, you know, try to get everything done. So I guess that's why I kind of felt, you know, I almost felt like it's not my personality to be late, but I've been doing that because I don't think I've been motivated to like hang out with George, to be honest with you. And I think it's also because like I just want to focus on me, and I've known this for a while, even when I went out with the guy I just dated last semester and the guy I dated before and my first boyfriend. Even like they didn't distract me that much, but you know, I just feel like I'm gonna be working on myself for a while, and until I'm at a place where I wanna like go look for people, it's just really hard for me to focus on like a guy. Like George pointed out, like, oh, we only meet a few times a week, like we don't have to meet every day. But for me, like having someone relying on me, having someone like expecting me to be there, like it's just a lot of responsibility. Like that's the other thing, is like I don't like responsibility. I think because I used to have to babysit my little brothers, and it's just I kind of make an effort to like be really selfish because of that. So and I think that's another thing that's kind of made me like look really weird to George, is that I said like I don't really want to have kids. I don't want to really do anything to like try to have kids, or you know, like I don't want to risk anything. And he just like thought that was like so strange. Like he was like, how can you think about not having kids? And I'm like, well, you know, my first little brother was born when I was 7. I basically been babysitting any like empty time since then. Like if I wasn't in school, like I would babysit. I had to take my brother to school. And like now, obviously, like because I'm far away, it's easy for me to be like, you know, like I really enjoy that time. I got to know my brothers, you know, I took care of them. But when you're actually there and you're parenting and you have to worry about your kids every day, like I worry about my brothers, I don't know if I can do that like in my life. Like obviously I'm saying like this is just how I feel now. I haven't even reached a quarter of my life. So I'm saying like, you know, I just already, so my phone kind of died, but I was saying about how how I already feel like I might not have kids. Like I am seriously considering like, you know, spending my life traveling, like being carefree, like being spirited, you know. It just seems like it's part of me. And you know, just different experiences have kind of, I feel like just watching some of the stuff with my family has definitely influenced that decision a little bit. But I mean, it's not final. It's just like realistically, like it's not like I'm saying when I'm 18, like, oh, I can't wait to have a family or whatever. It's been like that for a while now, and I don't know if it's going away. Like I've imagined like having kids and like having a family and everything, and I think once I'm not stressed out and still figuring out my career paths and all that, it'd be way easier to just sit there and be like, hey, I'm not doing anything. I have a great house. I have a great job. Maybe kids are next. But I really just could kind of imagine this life where like maybe all my brothers have kids, and then like I just would be like enjoying like their kids, but then go home and maybe have like pets or like have like certain things that I would want to do. That's what I think now. Like obviously it's like it's gonna change, but it's like George is only 4. Yeah, he's only 4 years older than me, and I don't think that's that far. But he thought it was like super strange that I would basically want to do everything to like not have kids, kind of. So like I guess how I feel is like, how do I say this? Um, I guess how I feel is like I think like I do think you should date kind of with the intention of like possibly marrying someone, but like to be honest, like I haven't really cared about that lately. But now I feel like I'm just like wasting time if I don't like realistically see like that we might match up in the future, if that makes sense. And it's like he definitely knows he wants to have kids. So I'm not sure. I'll just say I'm not sure. And I'm leaning towards no. Like if it was in the next like 10 years, I cannot see that. So that's what I'm saying is like, I mean, maybe when I'm like late 30s, you know, it'll be late, but I really don't care if I decide then. You know, it'd be lucky for me to even change my mind. So I don't know, there's just a lot of certain things that make me like I feel like every time I bring up stuff like this, it's almost like George is like judging me a little bit. Like he just thinks everything's funny, or he just thinks like I almost get the vibe where he's like, oh, it's so funny like that this girl like actually cares about like Black History Month, or that like I care about the N-word, or like I don't want to have kids. Like every single thing that kind of makes me me, it seems like he thinks is laughable, and that's a problem to me. And he says like he doesn't want to hurt my feelings and he's gonna try to be better at it, but I think there's a difference between changing like the way you talk to people and completely changing your personality. I heard one of his friends say he's a really kind of stubborn person, I guess, and he's really set in his ways. So that actually surprised me a little bit because I didn't even think about that, you know? I actually didn't fathom that maybe this whole time, like, every time I wanted to do something, I probably was thinking, oh, it's a coincidence that, like, he wasn't really feeling that thing. I'm a really open person, so I'm really open to trying new things and all this, but at the same time, I'm really shy and I'm quiet and stuff, and you kind of have to, like, I'm an introvert, but I'm willing to try new things, like, if I'm comfortable, like, you know, I like to do different stuff, but it just seems like every time I suggest something, it's, like, laughable, or every time I try to make a joke, like, he doesn't get it, and he thinks I'm, like, serious, and that's happened to pretty much all the guys I date. Like, it's almost like he has insinuated on more than one occasion that, like, I'm dumb. Like, for example, my laptop is about my old laptop that I was watching, like, Jane the Virgin on a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. I don't even know what day or whatever it is. So that laptop basically died, and I already bought a replaceable battery. So I told him, like, my computer sucks, like, there's nothing that could probably be done because it's like over 6 years old now, I think. And then he's like, well, did you try to take out the battery? And I'm like, I know he was just asking, but it's almost like, I guess we really didn't know each other, like, when we first started going out, but, like, I don't think that was a good foundation, because it kind of turned into this thing where, sorry, it turned into this thing where he just kind of, like, we didn't talk, and we discussed it too, like, we didn't talk at first, and then we finally started getting to know each other. Like, when he came back, like, we started asking each other more questions, and I mean, it just seemed like he wasn't really that interested in, like, getting to know me. It'd just be like, he'd be like, hey, let's go to this dance class, or let's go do this, but it was never really like, what's your favorite color? Like, I feel like I was the person who's like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Whatever. You know, it's kind of like I asked him stuff and he would think it's like funny. So I think part of it is like a cultural thing. Like, he doesn't really get like American like stuff. Is what he's always trying to tell me is like, when he asks how are you and he expects me to give a certain answer, but like, it's just more complicated the more I think about it. Like, it's more complicated because I just don't think I want to be in a relationship, and I just need to like address that because it's giving me a lot of anxiety, and I really don't want to hurt like George's feelings, but like I just feel like trapped, and I feel like it's not gonna work. Like, even though he says like he's gonna change and like whatever, when I have felt this way in the past, it's never really gone away. It's only gotten worse, and then it's like the longer you wait to tell someone this, like the longer it'll be. So I pretty much told him, like, I told him the stuff that bothered me, so I'm gonna have to just be sure of my feelings and then have another talk with him. But I'm gonna wait until like he figures out whatever's wrong with his neck or like heals. He told me he will let me know when he felt better. Because of this whole stalker X thing. But you know, if I want to be with someone, I'm gonna be with them regardless of whether some crazy person is like trying to claim they're watching my every move. But I think I had felt a little bit of like doubt before my stalker had even come back. So honestly, like, I just want it to be like over with. Like, I just feel like I'm so dramatic and like it's so difficult, but I'm gonna talk some more about it. It seemed like when I brought it up, it was gonna be really tough because he's already dealing with neck pain, and then it's like on top of that, he can't even like look me in the eyes really. So I'm gonna just figure it out. I feel like every Super Bowl Sunday is like something being effed up. Like, maybe I just have like a timeline where I cannot be happy on Super Bowl Sunday or Valentine's Day. Like, I don't know what it is. But anyways, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos, and I have like hella work to do, and I just don't want to do it, and it's like painful for me because I need to do it. I can't keep procrastinating. But yeah, if anybody has any advice on whether like, you know, you're sure you don't want to be with someone, or, you know, I almost wish someone could just be there and like listen to everything George said and then like decide if what they would do. Because I just feel like when you don't really like someone anymore, everything they do annoys you. And for me, that's what's happening. Like, he just annoys me, like the way he eats. I was like, oh, that's my misophonia, but it's like painful to like listen to him eat. It's like painful, like every time he like laughs at something I say, like, you know, it just seems like he's saying I'm dumb. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I got a lot to think about, so I'm gonna really try to work and edit vlogs and watch videos. Doing these vlogs is so therapeutic because I forget a lot of stuff, and I'm realizing with these vlogs, like, there's so many things I need to remember, and so yeah, so I really just feel like it's important for me to save these. It seems like I ask people a lot of questions, so I guess it is important to post this to see if anybody can help me. But yeah, I'm gonna get to that. A lot of research to do and a lot of just emails and stuff. I'm sure anybody's 9 to 5 is a lot more work than I have. This is technically fun, but you know, when you're just like, I just get so, I don't know, I can't focus. And so, you know, challenges like this will probably end up helping me the most because I keep having like these mental kind of breakdown moments here. But yeah, I guess in the end it'll help me be stronger, so I'll talk soon if anything interesting happens later. Bye.